I don't know when this Jake Paul stuff is going to go away. The just constant headlines of who's challenging him to a fight next. All these people that, I don't know, to me, it's starting to seem like he's ducking them. There's plenty of actual fighters out there that aren't 58 years old or whatever Mike Tyson was that are ready to fight him. And for some reason, the negotiations seem to be going nowhere. Mm-hmm. The latest to challenge Jake Paul to a fight, Claressa Shields. That may not be a name that's particularly noteworthy to many people. However, she is a women's boxing champion, and she has said that she is willing to fight Jake Paul. Now, she and him, I believe, would be in a much different weight class, so I don't know how that would work out.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. She did say, I listened to this particular, I didn't listen to the whole podcast, but kind of a segment that went viral that she was on, where she was saying pretty much anyone in Jake Paul's weight class, she was able to take 1 through 10 is what she said, of the top boxers in that weight class.
Wow.
She would be able, so she said any of the guys at 150 pounds or up who is ranked in the rankings, I'm not going to lie to you, I can do them 1 through 10.
I want to see this.
I know. I'm like, girl, that's interesting that you're just willing to say that and put it on social media.
Yeah, but good for her for she's open to challenging.
She's got guts.
You know what? I imagine too, if you're a women's boxer, the amount of money that can be made in women's boxing is probably fairly limited. But if you become a women's boxer that fights any man boxer, that's going to be one of the fights of the year,
right?
And that's going to be a nice check. You're probably going to be able to cash.
Yes, unfortunately, the podcast host also kept asking her questions. He's like, but you're a woman and he's a man. Like, how exactly are you reckoning that in your head? And she just seemed to be in complete denial that there would be any type of advantage that he would have just simply because she's been boxing for 18 years.
Yeah.
Which, yes, that could give you an advantage in the ring in some scenarios. But against someone that's just going to be so... I mean, his arms are as thick as her head.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it just seems to be denying reality.
It would be one thing if they were in the same weight class.
Yeah.
But, it's totally different because he's so much larger than her.
He's a big dude.
Even if she's much more skilled.
Right. And that's what the host just kept saying. He's a big dude, and eventually muscle is probably just going to win out, even if you are able to kind of finesse your way for the first few rounds. You're able to make it, you know, but after that, it's like, those punches might be the hardest you've ever felt.
Yeah. There probably is a big aspect to this of she can say all this because she knows there's no chance she's ever going to be held to account for it. You know, like she's not actually going to have to fight a guy,
right?
Jake Paul's size, Jake Paul or otherwise,
right?
To actually put this to the test. So you can just say whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, it got virality. So she got herself in the news, you know. So sometimes when you just tie yourself to a big name like Jake Paul and say something crazy, it works out for you.
Gets your name out there. I mean, you and I could also say we'd be happy to take Jake Paul. And you can't prove that we can't until we do, and we never will. So we can say whatever we want.
While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.